It's finally time to take the fight to Starscourge Radahn. Now, I have heard that this boss battle is pretty tough, but for an Elden Ring veteran like me, this should be a piece of cake. Oh, no. I'm Jamie Latour, and this is how to defeat Starscourge Radahn in Elden Ring. Reaching Starscourge Radahn is surprisingly simple. Well, as simple as anything in Elden Ring can be, considering that you need to wander through the scarlet-rotted hellscape that is Caelid to get to him. First, find the Smoldering Wall Site of Grace, which is located here on the map. Then head roughly southwest along the wall towards Fort Gale, which is the big fort in the distance. When you reach what should be the entrance of the fort, you'll find that it's closed off, because of course it is. To the right of this closed off entrance, walk along this tree branch growing along the side of the fort to find a ladder that will bring you inside. There's some neat stuff to find around this area, and you can fight this lion that's down at the bottom of the fort if you want to score an Ash of War, but we're here to find Radon. So climb this ladder, and at the top will be a portal. Take that, and you'll be on the other side of a bridge known as the Impassable Bridge, which right now seems pretty passable. Ride to the other side of this bridge, touch the nearby Site of Grace, and you'll find another portal that will take you right inside Redmane Castle. Touch the chamber outside the Plaza Site of Grace, and prepare yourself for the Radon Festival. As you enter the plaza, some guy wearing funny clown pants named Sir Jaren will welcome all of the warriors to the festival. Around here, you'll find Finger Maiden Thealina, who will give you the polite bow gesture, everyone's favorite wolf boy, Blythe, and Alexander the Warrior Jar, along with some ghost folk like my main man Tragoth over here. Talk to everyone, and when you're ready, speak with Sir Jaren, and you'll get a cutscene showing you the sorry state that the hulking, scarlet-rotted brute that is General Radon is in, along with his teeny tiny little horse. You'll get the heartening cry emote afterwards, and then you can enter through the back, take the lift down, and you'll be on a beach with a portal that will send you straight to the Radon battle. And here's where the pain begins. This boss battle may be one of the more gimmicky fights in Elden Ring, but it is no joke. It begins with Radon sniping you from a distance with giant purple arrows that do tons of damage. Or he'll fire this giant, nearly never-ending volley of arrows that rain down from the sky and somehow chase after you. For this early portion of the fight, it's best to ride Torrent, as you have to cover a lot of ground to reach Radon, and it will be a lot easier to dodge his projectiles on horseback. Also, you may have noticed that there are a lot of summon signs all over the place, and you are going to want to summon everyone. Summon Okina, summon Lionel the Lionhearted, summon Tragoth, summon Finger Maiden Thealina, summon Blythe, summon Alexander. Hell, you can even summon Patches. Of course, he'll immediately run away because he's Patches, which might make him the most intelligent character in any video game ever. Once you've summoned your army of NPCs and have reached Radon, you better have all of your dodge roll or torrent riding skills warmed up. Radon's melee attacks hit like a truck riding another truck, and also the truck is wielding two more trucks as swords. Study his attack animations, because even if you put a ton of points into Vigor, Radon can turn almost any health bar into mince meat if he so much as glances you with one of his great swords. As for his attacks, he has a series of spinning slashes, a massive jumping slam attack, and he will ride around on his poor miniature pony to perform some galloping strikes. On top of his melee attacks, he also has magical gravity attacks, including one where he plunges his swords into the ground and pulls you in close so he can annihilate you. He then usually follows that up with a huge AoE attack, and he'll sometimes hit the ground, emitting a tidal wave of gravitational energy. Now, depending upon how you want to tackle this fight, there are a few different strategies. First off, if you are a melee character, well, you're gonna have a bad time. Your best option is to ride Torrent for the majority of this fight, as his speed and double jump abilities are very useful in dodging Radon's offense. Let your NPC summons act as cannon fodder so you can ride in and hit Radon while he's distracted. Whenever you see him winding up for one of his big melee attacks, attacks, ride the hell out of there until he's stopped. Whenever an NPC buddy gets killed, and they will get killed a lot, their summoning signs will eventually reappear, and you can ride Torrent over to them and spam that interact button to get them back into the fight. If you're a ranged character, you may have the easiest time with this fight, especially if you're a magic user. If you found the Street of Sages ruins in Caelid, I always want to call it the Streets of Rage ruins for some reason, you've likely gotten your hands on the Rock Sling Sorcery and the Meteorite Staff. These two items together make for a potent combo against Radahn. Slinging rocks and riding Torrent is a pretty damn fine strategy for this battle. For those of you who want to go into this skirmish on foot and fight Radahn up close and personal, that can be done, but you better be ready to dodge roll for your life and also scream at your TV because you're going to die a lot. A good idea for melee combat is to have weapons or items that deal bleed or scarlet rot damage. Radahn is very susceptible to those status elements. Just don't get greedy with your attacks. Go in, get a hit or two, and then get the hell out of there when he starts to flail around with his swords. When you get his health bar down to about halfway, he'll just leave. You know what? Actually, that wasn't so bad. Everyone's always saying how hard this fight is, but if that's all there is to it, then I think I did pretty— oh my god! Yes, he will shoot into space, and then crash down upon the beach like a meteorite, causing a massive explosion upon impact. It's pretty awesome, and you may want to just stand there and watch it, but you should really be running away. This will begin his second phase, and this is where he will start going really hard on the gravity attacks. This will include a volley of gravity orbs that will likely stun you, if not kill you, this jumping corkscrew attack that he usually performs twice, and a move that has the delightful name Planetary Devastation, where he'll summon 4 giant rocks that will just float above his head for a while until he decides to throw them at you. Just one of these massive boulders will be enough to destroy your entire health bar and send you back to the other side of the beach to start the fight all over again. While those planet-destroying boulders are above his head, watch out, because at any moment, he could just fling them at you. When they're gone, that's when you go in for your attacks. Keep reviving your NPC friends, which in the second phase of this fight will include Sir Jaren. Ride Torrent, use Rot, use Bleed, use sorceries like Rock Sling, and do a little praying. And maybe, just maybe, you might be able to take down Starscourge Radahn and claim his great rune. Once he's finally dead, you'll get a cutscene where a meteor shower will start to happen, leading to a massive meteorite striking the planet. I'm sure that that's not going to cause any problems. Near the site of grace afterwards, you'll be able to talk to Blythe, as well as Alexander, who seems a bit disappointed in his performance during the battle. But don't worry, because he's taking the bits of other warriors who died on this beach and stuffing them inside of himself to become a better warrior. And Alexander has just gone from charming and friendly to very, very creepy. Make sure to speak to Sir Jaren at Redmane Castle as well, so we can move on from his duties. Radahn's defeat is the trigger for several big moments in the game. It advances the quest lines of Ronnie, Sir Jaren, Blythe, and Alexander, and that giant meteorite that crashed into the Earth is what opens up the pathway to Nokron, the Eternal City. Also, don't leave this battlefield just yet, because if you head all the way north to the end of this beach, there's a sneaky little dungeon called the War Dead Catacombs stashed away there. If you warp on over to the Round Table Hold and speak with Ania the Finger Lady, you can turn in the Remembrance of the Starscourge for either Radahn's great swords or Radahn's great bow. You could also buy Radahn's armor so you can get your Radahn cosplay on. Now all you need to complete the outfit is just a very tiny horse. Finally, if you come back to Redmane Castle later on, you'll find that it's been completely inhabited by new enemies, and all the doors that were previously closed are now open and filled with items for you to loot. There will also be a new boss fight at the plaza where you'll take on a misbegotten warrior and a crucible knight, which is a rather random combo. Winning this battle will score you the Ruin's Greatsword, a good weapon for people with strength and intelligence builds that has an awesome weapon art. For more Elden Ring news and guides, check out thegamer.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.